And yeah, you can use
Hey everyone, this is Karma, and we're going to be doing the Battle of Olympus. Before we get started here, let's go ahead and get set up here on the map screen. And the timer will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so you'll notice right off the bat that this looks quite a bit like Zelda 2. And yeah, that's completely intentional. It was basically made by a husband and wife combo about a year after Zelda 2 came out. And we have currency in this game. You can see it by the red orbs in the top right. Those are actually olives. And unfortunately, we do need 130 of them. So we're gonna actually farm about 45 of them right now. And it turns out that the best place to farm them is actually like right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab all these slimes, and they remember the X position where they died, so you can see them stacking up on the top right. And boom! Wow! Check out that RNG! Dang! So there's 6 slimes here. And we're hoping that, you know, at least 2 or so of them drop every time. And we're kind of getting insane luck right now. Anyway, as far as olives go, the things that we need to purchase are the ocarina, an absolutely required item that allows us to both wake up statues, a specific statue anyway, and the divine sword, which lets us do twice as much damage as the other sword. Right now we're using the club that's very weak. So yeah, we're going to be just going back and forth here for just a tiny bit.
Whitehead doesn't do anything.
It turns out that the best way to farm this is to do 45, 45, and then 40 olives, and conveniently enough, we do pass by this screen 3 times to be able to get this.
Alright.
So,
They'll give us the easier access.
Alright.
Are we ready to get this started?
It's like,
let's get the cards
28 more to go.
out to some volunteers here.
A little under halfway there.
Because we're going to need them. I think...
as far as olives themselves go as well, when you die in an area, you have 2 options. One of them is to press continue, and the other is to hit retry. If you hit continue, you start at the last entrance to the area that you entered. If you hit retry, you go back to the last password that you got. So typically what we're going to do in a marathon speedrun setting is make sure that we grab passwords very frequently so that we do not accidentally lose half of our olives until we don't need them anymore. And wow, we're actually making pretty okay time overall for the olive farm. Spike kill, why not? So here's Zeus's house. For some reason his temple is guarded by a bull, so we're just gonna hop right over that.
Buffalo. Love the buffalo.
Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Here's
The
Zeus.
buffalo is the buffaloes.
Zeus basically enables us to talk to any of the other gods. If we don't talk to Zeus, they all tell us to go away. Alright, so now that we've talked to Zeus, we've grabbed a password which effectively gives us a checkpoint.
Outside of stopping,
Jump over the bull again.
That's like one of the hardest things to keep track of.
And now we're going to head back to the left here, and one of the trees that we passed by earlier actually has the
don't put game. If you forgot game 4, don't put game 5
path
before
to Argolis, which has another item that we need.
4 and then put in game
Or rather, a plot trigger that we need, because it would have an item that we need, except the god that we want isn't there. I'm not going to go back for those olives that dropped because, well, we have dedicated olive farming time, and stopping to grab olives along the way would definitely suck up a lot of time.
Her time is very, very good with this. Sub 30.
So right through here is Argolis, and that is a map transition, so we are technically in a different area now. That is important for olive farming, but I'll talk about that later. This cave should be consistent. We'll see how well practiced I am. I did a few runs earlier in the practice room. Well, here in this room, I guess I should say. And it seemed to go alright, so. We didn't get the swag kill, unfortunately, but that's alright. If you actually have a bat that flies way above your head, then you can actually just damage boost straight through the snake.
This dude is so mean.
Right? Like, that guy is so...
Get out!
This pit right here is a salamander pit. It doesn't kill you when you land in it, and it's actually our fastest way out without dying. These salamanders are very dangerous, though.
I recall them being unusually, stupidly hard enemies.
They do, like, 2 full bars of damage, and I have 8.
Yeah, that's problematic. You don't want to take 25% from anything.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
And in this speed run, we're going to have 12 full bars of health at the end, so yeah. And there's going to be a lot of things that do 3 or 4 bars of damage. Okay, so since we're passing by the farming screen, we get to farm some more olives. We're going to keep going until we hit about 90, 93-ish, just to go with our 45, 45, 40. So we're going to hang out and grab all of our friends back over here.
Arms flying. Are we playing Dragon Warrior?
Right? We are farming.
Get all the stuff.
Yeah. So the way that the RNG works for these olives and these bay leaves, the bay leaves are these things right here that heal you. When you first enter a new area, bay leaves have a 25% drop, olives have a 25% drop, which means you have a 50% of getting nothing from any given enemy. And the game keeps track of how many olives you get, as well as how many bay leaves you get. And there is a hard cap of 75 of each item, which takes farming up like a bunch right off the bat off the table. But then you might be saying, well, Karma, why don't you just do it in like 65, 65 if you need 130? The problem with that is that after you get a total of 100 drops between the olives and the bay leaves, so if the number of bay leaves plus the number of olives you've received in an area is 100 or higher, your drop rate goes from 1/4 to 1/8. So it is imperative that we split up the farming times. I've definitely found that 45-40 tends to be the best, and we actually stopped by this screen about 3 times within our run anyway, so it kind of works out. It's actually kind of funny, in this game, a lot of the plot triggers wind up making a very, very clear path to follow. Like, everything is just so conveniently placed, and hey, check out that 6 stack. Like, this is actually kind of ridiculous RNG, where I kind of have this when I'm going for record attempts. I'm not going to promise a record. Oh, no.
I was going to say, this could be a record attempt. This will be uploaded to the internet.
Unfortunately, it won't be a record attempt because I am grabbing passwords. It is very easy to die, and I don't want to...
Fair. It's a Zelda 2 clone. Death's happened. I get
Yeah. It definitely takes the easiness of death from Zelda 2 as well.
Slightly unforgiving, is what you're trying to tell me.
Just a little bit unforgiving.
Only avoid that.
Just a little. Alright, so we're gonna go back and talk to Hermes, who is actually hanging out with Zeus now. And we're gonna grab these sandals, which are really cool. I'll explain them in a little bit. We're gonna grab another password. Okay, so these sandals, right off the bat, like, they already help you jump higher, but the other cool thing that they can do is that they can flip gravity if you have a walkable ceiling above you. So for example, I could go up here and then back down. It's really cool. What influences whether you swap is if you're holding A when you jump. So we're gonna hang out on the ceilings here. This forest here is a bit of a maze, but luckily it's not a huge maze. You can pretty easily stumble through it casually, but as a speed run, it's also quite simple to just like navigate through. On the note of jumping, I feel like it's also important to mention that it doesn't matter whether you hold A. Also, here's a damage boost. Normally you would need the Staff of Fennel to get through that with the fire. So for jumping, if you tap A or hold A, you'll get the same jump height. Tapping or holding A just determines whether you stay facing gravity the same way or if you flip it. Your jump height is fully based on momentum. Here's the Hydra. We need to kill, I forget how many heads. Let's count this time. 1. I've never counted these. I just usually hang out here and like spam kill the boss. 2. Oopsie. It does 2 bars of health, so it is a little bit dangerous. 3. Oh my gosh, I am not doing so great.
That was very unfortunate.
4. 5. 6. 7. I think it's 8. Yeah, okay, so it's an 8-headed Hydra.
Good stuff. Very good stuff. That was clutch.
Thankfully, we now get the Sword of the Fairies, which does twice as much damage as the club. Extremely useful. In a casual playthrough, you would grab the Staff of Fennel, which does about 1.5 times the damage of the club. Gonna grab some HP here.
Just so you all know, it is all done.
The Staff of Fennel also has the ability to shoot a projectile of fire, so if you're playing this casually, it's actually not uncommon to swap back and forth from the staff to the sword depending on if you need the range or the damage. But in the speedrun, we don't grab the staff, we don't need it.
Things about it, like it's. I think it's what turns a lot of people away from playing it, from running it, but it's still cool. Like the sequences where you actually get to utilize a lot of action.
Thankfully, we have a password that we can grab right here, as well as the harp here, which has several uses.
I don't know if I moved it or not. I might have.
But we're going to grab a password for safety. Excuse me. The area that we're coming up against is very spooky in terms of
you're real careful with a lot of equipment being
everything
used
is dangerous
but I think
in the next area. And we're coming up on a boss fight as well as a full health refill, so we're going to grab the full health.
Good luck.
We have 12 health now, which is the maximum that we're going to have for the entire run.
Juggernaut time. Go ham on
Got the
everything.
combo kill, baby. Alright. Always feels nice to stun lock that. Alright, so here is bird, scorpion, monkey, heck. They all really just kind of stink to deal with. Oopsie. Thankfully I'm getting hit by the scorpions, which do not as much damage, and I'm getting bullied hard. That is kind of rough. I'm probably going to die when I get to the next section here, but that's okay. We needed 60 olives to buy the ocarina here.
No, I mean, it's a good game. It plays literally similar to Zelda 2.
And then we're going to grab our password so that when we inevitably die here, because I don't like my health right now, we'll have that little respawn point.
By the way, you're good with your time slot, right? Morning, cool. Try to get a lot of single stuff there. Yeah.
Gonna head back up the stairs here. Hop to the ceiling for safety because of that monkey. The birds do 4 damage, the monkeys do 3. They all suck to get hit by. The only thing that doesn't absolutely stink to get hit by are the scorpions.
Which is weird. Scorpions are the most lethal.
Grab our ocarina here. And the ocarina lets us cross the waters by riding the dolphin. These fish can be really rude depending on their spawn patterns. All these patterns are dodgeable, but some of them I've kind of fallen out of practice of dodging. We're going to play the harp here because there's a harpy up here who sings a song that actually draws us in.
We're not streaming. We are individually recording each run, and then we're going to create a playlist of it and then stream later. So after that, we separated the highlights, and then you can use that as a highlight from there. In case you got like a TV or something.
Going to carefully fight these Gree.
Probably be a couple weeks after we get back, because it's a lot of work. Would be.
There was supposed to be a drop here. I have never seen this in my life, but we're gonna go ahead and take a death and retry that. The orb just didn't spawn.
Oh, we didn't get to say orb.
That is very strange. I have never seen that happen in my life. Classic, never seen that before in a marathon.
I am on his way over.
Grab our flask here again. We do get to do all this fun stuff again. Hopefully everything cooperates as much as it did last time.
Ooh, finish schedule, good idea, thank you. So, I don't recall, at STDQ, did you add any games to the games currently being played channel? Like, did you do that? It requires mods,
Okay.
so you should do that.
Easiest way to deal with these is to just take them back over
So, the
here.
reason I asked is because I
There's our orb that should have dropped last time. Yep. Oh, that was an unintentional death, unfortunately. I think if we die again there, we might just take the loss and go farm the extra olives.
If I'm asleep, I can't
This
do
is
it.
the one thing that does really suck about having to retain your olive count.
You should have given you and Kong, which is works, and Mad Mega a Monster.
The darkness, as you can tell,
These physics are so baller.
is that you
Big
cannot
fan.
see the ground at all. I'm gonna grab that health.
Zigzag.
Shoot, didn't mean to play that. Grab our harp again. Alright, take 3. I'm sad because both of those were great fights, and the first one I could have gotten out just fine, but the second one I just misstepped in the darkness.
This game just has so much awesome cool stuff. Kill a
Yeah,
bunch of vermin and all of a sudden I'm riding a dolphin! Game rules. Oh yeah, slice the heck out of this thing. Get out of here, nobody wants you here. Cool. Damn, wait, did it not spawn it again?
my orb did not spawn.
What in the... My power pack is apparently cursed. Only for this
Maybe.
game. That's
I'll
really gross.
retry it again. But my orb definitely should be spawning. I definitely have enough time worked into the estimate for this, but
I have no doubt you're gonna be fine. I just don't understand. If it happens the third time, then I'd probably give up on life. I might retire the power pack tonight.
yeah.
Worked fine for David. He didn't have any issues. But here it's... I don't know how you don't get a key item. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I just need to get that orb and get the heck out. Orb! Okay, we're making it out this time. Whew, okay. We get to play the game now, everyone. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I have no idea why the heck the orb didn't spawn those other 2 times, but we're back in business, so let's get going. Covered up on the final farming session. Thankfully this time we only have to farm 37 because we have a few extra olives. And we also have Hermes sandals, which make this a lot easier. If this were a donation type idea, then I would definitely be asking for donations,
I'm
but
gonna do my best to try to run in the race in earlier. The only issue
shrug,
is that,
we don't get that. So we'll go ahead and grab these 6
It's gonna
slimes
take us a minute to
again.
get a second capture set up first, because we haven't done that yet. I think I can try to slot you in before
Do a little dance up here.
that could work, which is at like after midnight, midnight 1. SMB. The SMB race, which is like sometime between midnight and 1. Because that way we'd have double capture and double capture.
Excuse me. Dinner catching up to me, I guess.
Give me 1 moment to check the exact time.
35 olives to go. Let's see how quickly we get these.
Yeah, that's actually my bad, FPJ. I think I just forgot, and I sincerely apologize. SMB is currently at 12:18. I think I can get you in before that. It's only a 5-minute run anyway. You said you have to drop Contra though?
34 left.
At this point, it would depend on a number of things. If Coke Run runs short, which is entirely possible, it's an hour-long estimate, then cool might happen.
33. Wait, no, 23. Actually, 22. I am bad at math. Dirt math. What can I say?
It's not that stressful. It's more just like it's my pain in the butt is the thing. No.
Hey, that's a good drop too. 14 left.
Tight.
Another good drop. A bad swing by me. Whenever I get a bag swing like that, I tend to like to go to the left to correct it because you can actually see them spawning on the top right. Nice!
There's the guy.
I actually get to say nice this time. Nice!
Love it. It's so good.
My girlfriend wasn't watching to say nice. Sad face.
Yeah, I am sad for you. I am very, very sad for you.
She missed it. She was on the couch last year and she was so sad when I skipped right past 69.
So this is why we recorded it.
Yep.
You have an alibi.
Yep. Alright, so now we need to use the orb here to reveal a secret doorway. And with that being said, I do want to mention that there are NPCs that do a good job of giving you hints all throughout the game, and I'm getting bullied by a snake. Yeah, so all this cryptic stuff that I might be doing is explained pretty well to you by NPCs. I have to take a big sip of water after this. So here's our first fairy and our first fragment of love.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the rule. We have to.
And we are not doing infinite olives lol %, which means I really need to not die.
Figured it out. The problem is that
I've been tempted to create a category of this game on the leaderboards that's just called infinite olives %, and you just don't have to
we got
farm olives. You just have 99 the entire time. Maybe just in different spin. So now that we have our first fragment of love, we're going to stop by Athena's place here. And we're actually going to grab a password, but to do that, we have to grab this shield, which, yeah, by the way, you see that shield on our sprite? It does nothing until we grab this shield from Athena, and even now, it still effectively does nothing. Gonna bop those scorpions. So here's an old dude with a key, but he won't believe that we're who we say we are unless we actually show him the fragment of love, which is why it's very convenient that the pillar outside of the fragment of love leads directly here. And this actually links very well to where we need to go next to get the second fragment of love. I very much enjoy the map design once you actually get to learn it. We're gonna grab our ocarina, see if we can stab. Oops, ow. Maybe not. And we're gonna keep this Gaia statue hopefully stun locked up here. Perfect. Alright. Thea here is a very dangerous mountain range. And ironically, we actually do want to start taking some damage, but I'm going to take it from sources that I trust. Since that bird dropped an olive, it will not respawn unless I pick up that olive, so I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to purposely take a couple hits from this monkey, or maybe just one. Oh well. So this screen is extremely dangerous and very much a casual run killer, but as a speed run, it's not so bad once you get used to it. Alright, thankfully we got through first try. Here's Hephaestus. We're gonna get our divine sword from it, which is twice as strong as our current sword, and if we hit up B, it shoots lightning. The lightning does cost half a bar of health though, so to do a death warp here, we're gonna tell Hephaestus that we don't really like their shins. And we don't care about olives anymore, so we're gonna hit continue and go back to the start of Thea. And kind of same story here, we want to take some damage, but I want to make sure it's from kind of controlled sources. This is a little bit risky, but I'll keep going with it. If I take a hit from a bird, I am dead, but anything else I can at least take one hit from. So I'm just going to be careful to jump over this centaur. Centaur does 3 damage with whatever it hits me with. Thankfully, we're good. Here comes another little secret door that we are told about by an NPC with the second fragment of love. We do need the key to get here, though, which is why we had to go back to Attica and grab that from that old man. And as you can guess by our current health value, yes, we are going to be death warping again. Ugh. I am so in love, I die.
Isn't that the way, though?
I guess so. Alright, we're gonna grab our harp here and hitch another ride with Pegasus. And guess what? Our next fragment is in Crete, which this pretty much drops off right next to the entrance for. Again, these harp pillars really taking us to, like, such convenient spots. It is really amazing how much these harp locations just really line up for a speed run. Gonna take the dolphins one more time over to the right and to get into Crete. And we're gonna run into a friend named Talos, who really wants to show us his axe. Hey Orpheus, look at the axe, look at the axe!
Yay, axe.
This area is a much larger maze, so casually speaking, it is very easy to get lost in here. But thankfully we're speedrunning, so we don't need to worry about that.
Whoosh.
And you'll see that I'm entering the doors from the opposite side sometimes. You do carry your momentum through doors, so in screens where I really want to be keeping that momentum, I make sure to do that. This fight I have some audio cues for, so we'll see how that works. Almost. Oh no! Wait, I can hit back the game. Okay. I was like, crap, I've never used a power pack. What do I do?
Oh, did it, was there a...
Yeah, I accidentally hit start and select, so...
Oh, ooh, I didn't think that was my menu. No, I thought I turned my menu settings off. No.
Oh, it's alright. Well, we know for the next runs. I'm the disaster run, so the next ones can go well.
I mean, I don't look at it that way. But is that actually an input in this game, or is it just a mistake?
What was that?
Is that actually an input in this game? Or
no, that was a mistake.
Okay,
I was mashing start because that's the use item button, and then I was mashing select because that's the... wait, no. Other way around, but whatever.
I feel you. Would it be...
That was completely on me, though. I'm gonna grab the flask just in case. Oof. There we go, 16 hits.
Good stuff.
Here's our third and final fragment of love. Which means the path to Tartarus is now open. There's actually a task strat to get the third fragment of love before you even get the... Well, actually, it's not even a task strat. I shouldn't call it that. but you can get the third fragment of love first, but it actually doesn't wind up doing you any good. The game actually does check to make sure that you have all three before you take the path to Tartarus. Jump over some tall folks, and then we're gonna hang out with this Talos that wants to show us his axe so badly that he'll walk on water. And no, I will never stop making that joke.
Jesus the Night Armor here, yeah.
Alright, so here's Tartarus. An NPC tells us that left, left, right, left is the way to go in Tartarus. And coming up here, we're gonna have Cerberus, who actually regenerates health, which means if we want to... Well, this is a little bit out of hand already. That's alright. We respawn right here, so I made a bit of an oopsie, whatever, we'll get right back here. But the heads regenerate health, so they can actually respawn themselves. Each head takes 8 hits, so we need to make sure we keep this combo going and get the other 8 hits before the heads regenerate. And we actually need to be careful here, because if we die anywhere on these next 2 screens, it'll actually take us back to the start of Tartarus. So I'm going to do this to make sure that bat doesn't knock us into the water. And I am very carefully leading these bats around to make sure that I can safely navigate around here. Thankfully, if you hold jump like that, you get up to the ceiling regardless. So this screen is a checkpoint. You'll notice that anytime we hit a checkpoint, the music actually restarts. So if we die and hit continue, we'll come back to that first door right there. That Slimer was very unfortunately placed and knocked me back when I was trying to go through the snake. That happens a lot, so shrug. And sometimes the birds just don't want to let you go.
This room is very cruel. For sure. Oh.
Sometimes the birds just really don't want to let you go.
Has anyone ever told anybody that birds are jerks? Like,
Birds
has that
are
ever
jerks.
been mentioned anywhere ever? God.
And for some reason the gravity does flip back over early there if you do a jump at all, but don't keep your momentum going forward. Well, the birds were still jerks, but we at least managed to get by them. These 2 screens here are very heavily RNG gated, and so they can definitely make or break speedruns.
Yeah, it seems like it.
A lot of my actual record was getting a good olive farm and then those 2 screens going deathless.
Whoosh.
Okay. These ghost things don't actually have names, so everyone just kind of lovingly calls them Slimers. We're just going to kind of dodge past the rest of these. So at this point, we're pretty much home free to get to Hades' temple. Alright, here's Hades' temple. We're going to take a death warp right off the bat, get our health back.
What about a co-op ramp? You got like 1
And then we have some precise jumps here to make it past this Lamia. I like when I make those jumps, it feels good. Those jumps are always scary, and definitely ones that whenever I'm playing this for a marathon, I make sure to go and save state practice. Unfortunate snakes, let's see, well, you know what, I have to take a death here now because I took too many hits. Those snakes can be a bit of a pain.
My power pack is definitely cursed this game. I will never play this game on this flashcard. 80 Fammy, ever gravity?
Just checking the time, I'm still...
Yeah, you're good on time. So
Yeah.
Games,
There we go, okay, that's what was supposed to happen last
being
time.
a spoiled child is doing whatever it wants right now, basically.
Yeah.
Acting up.
Do a little bit of a... I don't know what you call a damage boost where you keep an enemy in hit stun.
That's a good question.
I still call them damage boosts because whatever.
If you're taking damage to go through something, or to iframe through something, that's most definitely damage boost. Or getting knocked.
Yeah. That's fair. So these stairs we're gonna hang out on because if we get hit, we won't fall back into this pit that we're standing right above.
It's a cute exploit. I like it.
Dangerous pit and bad jump right there that we have to take. We're gonna take an intentional hit here from the snake.
Silly snake.
Stop on a third stair. Don't forget it. All right. So coming up here, I'm just gonna quickly do this, but then we'll talk about what I'm doing later.
Draining your health.
Alright, there we go. So, there was actually a boss there that's invisible unless you... Oh, sorry, time. There's an invisible boss there unless you,
I think that's actually on time because I started a little bit late too, so 35:49 probably sounds about accurate.
Yeah. That boss is invisible unless you have the moon pearl. And, so the speed run basically grabs the divine sword, and if you hold down, press B, and then quickly press up, you can shoot lightning while crouched.
That's cute.
And so we need 28 hits like that, which means we need the flask to refill our health because with our 12 bars of health, we could theoretically fire 23.
So it's it's death abuse trigger. Like you drain all your health to get it all back so you can never use it again.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Anyway, that was the Battle of Olympus.
Great game. Thank you so much, Karma.
And thank you.